we are at episode 5, so that means we've only got one more episode to go next week, okay? And we're all done, we've completed the course. So today we are going to show you how to do a little bit of evasion work. So a couple of these cool movements I'm doing now. Sam's going to teach you how to do that. I'm going to teach you something with our footwork called the box. So that's a really cool little thing to learn. Helps all your feet and your hips move like a boxer. And then finally we're going to teach you, we've taught you combo A, B, C, D. We're going to teach you an X, Y and Z. Okay? So we'll explain all of that to you later on. Let's start getting our body moving, guys. Really important we get this warm up right. Okay, arms going back. Arms going forward. Cool, let's get into our boxing stance and we'll do some of those turns we like to do. Nice. Okay, we can start throwing some jabs now, keeping our right hand up. We can start throwing our crosses, moving our hips, moving our feet. Let's go 3 jabs, 3 crosses. Cool, couple of steps forward, couple of steps backwards. Let's do back into our stance, do some more twists with our hands out wide this time. And finally, a bit of cross body work. So that means your right knee comes up to, sorry, your left knee comes up to your right hand, your right knee comes up to your left. And we'll just keep doing that, guys. You go quite fast with these. And finishing off 10 seconds of skipping. I'll count you down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the episode. I'm going to teach you a box footwork. Okay, so that means pretty much we're going to do some steps forward, steps across, steps backwards, steps across, and we should end up in the same position. Okay, so we should do a nice box and end up where we started. Okay, first things first, get in your stance. Hands are up always when you're doing your footwork, so you're always guarded. Now, if I'm going forward, my forward leg moves first. So in a strong stance, right-handed stance like this, that's my left leg. So I'm going to go forward, forward foot moves first, 2 steps. Now if I'm going towards the right, my right foot moves first. Cool. Now if I'm going backwards 2 steps, my back foot moves first. And finally, if I'm going left, my left foot moves first. And look at that, we're in basically the same position, okay? So the reason why that footwork's so crucial, guys, when you finish a step, you should always finish in your stance, ready to do anything you need to do, okay? It's really, really important. So one more time, let's draw a box. 2 steps forward, I'm going right, so which foot should move first? My right. I'm going backwards, which foot should move first? Back one. And then I need to go left, which foot should move next? Beautiful, practice that one, guys. So this week, I'm going to introduce to you evasion defense, which is basically making your opponent miss their punch. So if someone's going to punch you, you can evade it, make them miss it, and they lose a lot of energy by missing it. At the end of the result, during a round of boxing, they're going to get tired. Last week, I introduced you blocking. Blocking, you're catching, basically you're catching the jab, you're deflecting the cross, and you're covering the hooks. Alright, I'll just quickly introduce you to that again. So with a jab, you want to catch it. So that's punch number 1, is also called a jab. Punch number 2 is called the cross, and you're deflecting it. And then you're going to block, high blocking your number 3 and your number 4. And they're your hooks. So now, with evasion, you're still going to do, you're going to evade number 1, 2, but evading a number 1 is what we call your straight punches are your 1 and 2. So your straight punches are your 1 and 2. And you want to evade those by using slips. And how to use a slip, you want to evade a straight punch by going on the outside of the punch.
So example, someone throws a jab to me, I'm going to evade outside, right? And someone's going to throw a cross to me, I'm going to evade on the outside of the cross. And so they're your straight punches, so you're using slips, and these are what we call slips. So I'm evading a jab, bang. Evading a slip, bang. And it's, I'm also using a step as well. I'm also using my footwork as well. This is called a drop step. Drop step. So it just makes it easier. Yeah? It takes your head out of the firing line. So this in the middle, if your head's in the firing line, you want to get it out of the firing line. So you use a drop step and a slip. Drop step and a slip. The other evasion moves for your number 3 and number 4 are what we call rolls. And the roll is like this. So if I'm going to evade a lead hook or a number 3, I'm going to be going like this. Right? And if I'm going to evade a number 4 or a back hook, I'm going to evade like that. And it's basically, as you can see, I'm actually just doing a U with my head, like the letter U. Okay. See? And it comes back. Actually, it's a circle. Let's say it's a 0. Letter O. There you go. And another letter O. And the thing is with a roll, it's quite tricky, but like you want to sort of like go towards the, go into the punch and then go away from it. So you go bang. That's evading the rear hook, and that's evading the back hook. Let me demonstrate this better with George, and he's got what we call pool noodles. Okay, so George is going to throw me a front jab first. See how I've stepped outside, and that's outside of here, and that's why we want to evade it here, because it gives us the protection. He can't throw a cross from here. I'm quite protected from all his weapons. Likewise, with his straight number 2, I'm protected here, and he can't really catch me with his jab or anything like that. And now George is going to throw the front hook or number 3.
Here comes number 3.
So I know I just do that little circle.
One more time.
As you can see, I'm actually using a lot of my legs too. It's kind of like I'm squatting into that little circle.
One more time, number 3.
And now the back one. Number 4. And let's do it 1 to 4 with the evade all together, and I'll just quickly demonstrate it.
1,
2,
3,
4. Woo! Well done, guys. This is a hard stuff. The best boxers use it a lot. You'll get there. And okay, guys, what I'm going to introduce to you today is finishing combos. So when we do an A, B, or a C, you can actually add these components to it to make it a more round, a completed combo. For example, if I do a combo B, cross, 3, cross, I'm still squared up, right? I'm still quite square, which makes me a good target. So what I want to do is come back to my fighting stance. And the best way, whenever you throw a combo, is just use, this is an old school technique, but use these combinations at the end. So the first one I'm going to introduce you is X. And X is basically 3 jabs. 1, 2, 3. Let's have a look with X and B together. So I'm going to throw B and then X. And see how I'm back nice and square. Nice in my fighting position. If I just left it out there with the cross, I'm too square and there's a lot of target there. Minimize the target. It's really, and you're defended well. So the next one is the roll. It's an invasion technique. So you've got to roll there. So if I finish up with a cross, I roll. bang. Let's do it. Cross, roll. Okay, and the last one is a hook, and that's called Z. So if I finish, let's do a combination B again. So it's 1, 2, B, and then I finish with a hook. And that's B and Z together. So if you're in a ring and I call out to you BZ, you'll be going 1, 2, 3, 4.